If you recall our police property damage video on October 18th, 2012, we were on our way to the first redistricting meeting, and on the corner of Brookhurst and Lincoln, we had the cop car appear on our way to the meeting and then being cut off by this vehicle as we were returning from the meeting. Well, it's now November 9th, and I had the night prior, I had attended the second redistricting meeting here in Anaheim at the Catella High School. So it's now November 9th, 2012, and we're approaching the same corner. We just happen to be approaching the same corner of Brookhurst and Lincoln, and we catch this Anaheim police vehicle sneaking up behind us, turning into this parking lot. I believe he was hoping I would just catch a glimpse of him, but not actually get videotape. But we got a glimpse of him, plus his vehicle number, etc., etc. And here we are approaching Brookhurst and Lincoln. It's the very first time we've been back to that corner since the cutoff, which happened to our right there as we were returning home from the first community meeting here in Anaheim. And like I said, the evening prior, on November 8th, I had attended the second meeting at Catella High School. So, attend the second meeting. The next day, we're approaching the same Brookhurst and Lincoln on our way to Home Depot, and Anaheim cop car sneaks up behind us and turns into the Stone Ridge apartment there, hoping to catch my attention, but no video. Actually, it's the Stone Gate apartment the Anaheim police vehicle turned into, and it's approximately actually just prior to 12:51 p.m. I would put it maybe at 12:45 p.m. or so, November 9th, 2012. Now, a few minutes later, we arrive at the Home Depot parking lot near Brookhurst and 5 freeway, and you notice the configuration of the vehicles at this point to our left there, and we turn in, park the vehicle, and as we were arriving near the Home Depot entrance, my wife looks at me and says, "You know what? I think I just saw that Hispanic fellow that I've seen parking his vehicle next to my vehicle in several different areas in Orange County. A vehicle, a dark vehicle with a Hispanic male and some sort of rust or what have you on the hood." And she was really disturbed about it, so I told her, why don't you come back over here and show me which vehicle you're talking about. So he had just pulled in as we had parked and were walking towards the front entrance of Home Depot. So my wife takes me back, and sure enough, we see this vehicle had parked a couple of vehicles away from where we had parked to its right. So it's that vehicle right there with that rusted rooftop. My wife had mentioned a couple of weeks ago that she had seen a vehicle that looks exactly like this parked next to her vehicle on at least 2 occasions, and I think it was actually 3 occasions. So I tweeted this in my Twitter account in real time, and this now is approximately 12:51 p.m. That's the vehicle itself. She says that she noticed it was a white male Hispanic, etc., etc. So some white male Hispanic has been stalking my Colombian immigrant wife and parking his vehicle with rusted rooftop next to my wife's car. So now we are here returning back to the lot, and we get into her car, and that's the vehicle right there to your right. And sure enough, we're leaving the Home Depot parking lot, getting onto Brookhurst, and we're about to cross over the 5 freeway. So we're leaving. My wife was looking for like a Christmas tree, so she was kind of upset that she saw this jackass, potential jackass. And then anyway, so we're driving down Brookhurst, and sure enough, we hear a fire department vehicle pulling up behind us there, and it was none other than the Anaheim fire department barreling down to our right and getting onto the 5 freeway as we had just left this parking lot with a vehicle and a fella that looked exactly like the vehicle and fella that my wife says has been kind of stalking her on several other occasions. So, sequence of events. And I said white male Hispanic, and I'll just leave it at male Hispanic. I'll let my wife describe the suspect. Okay, yesterday, November 10th, 2012, at 8:59 a.m., we're leaving to go to storage, and we see a Camry Silver Toyota Corolla combo at the corner of Anaheim and Broadway. And then we notice this Anaheim police vehicle as we're traveling along on Anaheim Boulevard. And my wife mentions he's behind us and to our right. We'll eventually catch him here on our left-hand side. The reason we document this is because a police vehicle near my wife's vehicle when I'm in the vehicle with her is sort of a rare event. Kind of remind you of that little incident that happened with the Long Beach police officer that kind of threw herself at my wife's vehicle on the day we were celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary anyway. So we document this just in case. And so here we are, have our police officer. He had no license plate in the back. There goes the American flag. Again, we're coming off of Broadway in Anaheim. We're traveling along Anaheim Boulevard, and we had just seen a silver Toyota Corolla and Camry at the corner of Anaheim and Broadway. Here goes the vehicle number, but no license plate for whatever reason. And then he turns off pretty close to when we're approaching Anaheim and Chapman. Anyway, we proceed on. We're going down Garden Grove Boulevard eventually, and we see this lady walking a dachshund at 9:09 a.m. and directly across the street is the emergency pet clinic near Garden Grove Boulevard in Hastur. She's walking across the Grove Senior Apartments. So right across the street from where this lady is walking, directly across the street, is the emergency pet hospital where we left our deceased dog, Sebastian, the night he passed away. Interesting coincidence at 9:09 a.m. along Garden Grove Boulevard. Some additional events as we were leaving the storage facility that's near Euclid and the Garden Grove Freeway. Just as we were leaving the underpass of the 22 freeway on Euclid and Trask, there was what appeared to be a Garden Grove police vehicle. And that kind of reminded me of the event the other day when I was walking underneath the Garden Grove freeway as I was arriving at my appointment and seeing that what appeared to be a green Toyota Camry followed up by the Orange County Sheriff bus. So that was at 9:55 a.m. Police vehicle at Euclid and Trask just as we were leaving the underpass of the 22 freeway. As we were approaching Euclid and Garden Grove Boulevard, we had just passed the community vet clinic, or Sebastian's clinic, and we see a green Toyota Camry at the corner, and that would be at 9:57 a.m. So green Toyota Camry near my deceased dachshund's former veterinarian. And then at 10:10 a.m., a silver Toyota Corolla at Broadway and Harbor. He was actually heading towards home, but we actually made a left turn onto Harbor to go to the bank. So I think he was gonna probably pop up as we were turning into our garage, but we kind of ruined that plan, perhaps. Then I believe we were heading over to the Ralph's supermarket or what have you. So at 10:25 a.m. on Lincoln and State College, there was an Anaheim police vehicle pop-up. And that were the events from yesterday, November 10th, 2012. Remember, the context is not seeing police vehicles unless there's some sort of interesting pop-up. So finally, it's today, November 11th, 2012, Veterans Day. And at the corner of Center, we had actually, well, there's the silver Toyota Corolla in front of the City Hall, Anaheim City Hall. And then we're making a left onto Broadway. We had actually made a wrong turn leaving the garage. And normally when we get to this corner, we make a left onto Anaheim. But we're proceeding down Broadway, and we noticed something that we would have noticed as faraway police lights, but because we happen to come down this block, we actually got a close-up view. And it's basically right next to the Hilgenfeld mortuary. The ambulance, police, Anaheim police, and fire department right next to the mortuary. So that's kind of a interesting event there that we would have seen from afar if it wasn't for the fact that we came down the street on Veterans Day. And then at 12:31 p.m. we're at the Target store, and as we're exiting the vehicle, a green Toyota Camry flies by, too quick for me to catch a close-up shot. Green Toyota Camry as we're parked and entered, and then look at there's my wife's white Nissan Sentra, and what do we see parked next to it? A green Toyota Camry. So Camry as we parked and went to the Target store, and then a green Toyota Camry as we exit the store, parked right next to my wife's vehicle, and it had white paint on the engine hood. So that kind of reminds me of that oxidation on the vehicle from a couple of days ago or yesterday at the Home Depot. So instead of oxidation on the hood's painted white on this green Toyota Camry that just happens to be parked right next to my wife's vehicle. And here we are leaving and pulling away with my wife's vehicle. And there goes the green Toyota Camry with the white painted engine hood as we pull away in my wife's white Nissan Sentra at the Target store. So these were the events leading up to Veterans Day 2012. And last Wednesday, I believe, I put up this video, American Hero, and I continue to maintain that my boss, Mercadante, Dominic Stephen Mercadante, a true hero, did not do what he did so that Orange County law enforcement leadership could defecate on the Constitution of the United States and pervert the public trust. And I maintain that position. And if someone didn't like this video that I posted a couple of days ago, too bad. And to the men and women of this country that gave their all throughout hundreds of years, thank you.